I don't know. I mean, I think Bitcoin has these resistance levels at these round numbers, so it wouldn't surprise me if it tortures us for a few days here staring at the screen before I can send that red headline about it reaching 100,000. But
You've got your finger over it right now.
I know. I'm hovering. My eyes are going cross-eyed staring at the numbers. But, I think the general consensus is that 100,000 and even higher is sort of inevitable, because when you think about some of the promises that Trump made on the campaign trail to the crypto world, you couldn't make up a more bullish scenario than, for one thing, Gary Gensler deciding to step down on Inauguration Day. That's one part of it. But the big, I think, elephant in the room is Trump has promised to create a national strategic Bitcoin stockpile. So something along the lines of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. We've had strategic reserves for grains and stuff like cheese in the past. Mm-hmm. They're thinking that a Bitcoin reserve is needed now. The big question is, the government owns something like 208,000 Bitcoin already, and Trump's plan,
which is surprising.
Yeah.
I feel like most people don't know that.
Yeah, from
just
various
confiscations or what?
Yeah, various criminal cases, confiscations, asset seizures, and typically that's all given back to the victims of these cases. But Trump's plan is for the government to hodl it, as they say in the crypto world. But his ally in the Senate, Cynthia Lummis of the Wyoming Republican senator, she wants to go even further and have the government sell off a bunch of the gold that the Federal Reserve holds, actually gold certificates, but
physical Bitcoin.
Representing gold, yes, the old-fashioned store of value of Bitcoin. Now, I think it's an open question whether that will happen, but her plan is for the government to buy up to 1 million Bitcoin over 5 years. So you're talking about buying 5% of outstanding Bitcoin, 250,000 Bitcoin a year. That's more than what is being created in the mining process. So
it's more than Satoshi owns.
Yeah, it's right about near what Satoshi owns and what the ETFs own now. So these huge whales are really taking over. So I think there is some event risk there as far as if she can't get that bill through Congress. So we'll have to see. But in the meantime, there's a couple months here until Trump's inaugurated, till the new Congress is seated, till we get a sense of really where on his priority list all this stuff is and whether he really does endorse that idea of selling gold and to buy Bitcoin. Let's be honest, Trump likes gold as well,
Well,
so
remember also we were talking to Michael Novogratz, I think it was last week, and we asked him about that Bitcoin reserve, and he didn't think it was very likely that it was going to happen.
Yeah, I think he's been burned by bullishness in the past.
He still has that tattoo.
Yes.
of
so,
Luna.
I mean, I'm sure that he's excited to have that in his back pocket, right?
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, before we get to Caroline Hyde, she of Bloomberg Technology, and get her take on Bitcoin as well, as they cover that, as well as NVIDIA. What is it like for you as a journalist, going from, you were leading basically our stocks and markets coverage at the head of Markets Live, and a lot of assets you were covering that actually had fundamentals.
Yeah.
And now you're leading our coverage of Bitcoin. What's that shift like for you as a journalist?
I often refer to it as the day I joined the circus, and hopped in the clown car, I guess, just because, I mean, obviously this asset class, whatever you think about it fundamentally or where it's going, there's just so many crazy stories involved, so many colorful characters, so many crimes and hacks and malfunctions in the crypto space that it's a fascinating story to cover, obviously.